Dating Pangulong Duterte, binasag na ang katahimikan.
Kayo ang maraming yung pork barrel, pati yan si Romualdez.
Naging emosyonal nga ang dating Pangulong Duterte matapos ang sunod-sunod na paninira umano kay BP Sara. Hindi din naiwasan ni Duterte na birahin ng grupo ni Castro at ang matinding galawan ngayon ni Speaker Martin Romualdez. Nagsimula ang lahat matapos harangin ang confidential funds ni BP Sara Duterte sa Kamara at ang kaliwang kanang pamilya ni Romualdez.
So, bowing the words of the Vice President that even she says that she could live without it and she would leave it to the sound discretion of the Congress for its proper disposition.
Tinatapyasan or tatanggalan ang mga ahensya na sa tingin namin ay hindi naman talaga nila kailangan ng CIFs sa pag-perform ng mga mandato nila. And at the same time, idadagdag naman namin yung mga naitapyas doon sa mga ahensya na sa tingin namin ay kulang naman para sa pag-perform ng mga very important mandates tulad ng pagprotekta ng West Philippine Sea.
Kaya naman, harapang binira ng dating Pangulong Duterte ang grupo ni Castro at ni Speaker Martin at binunyag niya din ang tunay na pinag-usapan nila ni BP Sara sa kanilang huling pagkikita.
Yun ang plano sana niya. Hindi yung intelligence pang para gastusin sikreto. Hindi naman kami gutom. Ano ba yung 125 million? Ako wala ang pera, pero kung 125 million lang, saksak ko sa bunganga ni Francia. Kayo ang maraming and you will find out what is the most rotten institution dito. You will find out it's Congress. Walang limit ang ano nila dyan. Yung pork barrel, pati yan si Romualdez. He's wallowing. Alam mo kasi, alam ko kung bakit. Ano niya si Inday? Si Inday naman is perceived to be a good candidate. But I'm saying now that Inday, as far as I'm concerned, should not run for president. Tama na yung vice president. Maganda na yan. Ibigay na niya sa iba. This Romualdez, speaker, yan ang sige bigay ng congressman, pinabusog nila lahat. Pero sabi ko, mag-audit tayo. Because the speaker is poised to be or to run for president. Well and good. Gusto ko ikaw ang mapresidente. Kasi noon kaibigan kita, wala pa yan si Marcos, nagkakampanya pa. May parang sinasabi ka na gusto mo. Sabi ko, okay. I was not thinking of my daughter. Perceive lang yan siya to be a good candidate. Pero tuluyan ko na, ikaw na, Romualdez. Pero maghingi ako ng audit. Ngayon, kung hindi ibigay sa atin yan, I will ask everybody, from the farmer to the businessman to every Filipino, that we all demand that we open the liquidation. Lahat para malaman rin namin kung paano ninyo winaldas ang pera namin. Hindi lang confidential fund. Ikaw, Franz, kayo nga komunista dyan sa Congress. Yung mga left, how did you spend the money on this? Do not make yourselves an exception. And I will demand the COA. Because if the COA will not do it, then I am asking the Filipino, everybody, to demand para malaman natin once and for all kung sino ang nagwawaldas ng pera sa Pilipinas.
Bakit to ganon? You're attempting to ask Congress to increase your food allowance, pero ang baba ho nung gastos nyo, hindi ho nagagastos ng yung nabibigay sa inyong budget. That's the reason for this.
I believe, Your Honor, our expenditure program, we are about 89 or 85%, but before the end of the year, we would like to spend all those monies. That's why we're having a meeting after our budget hearing on how to expedite the expenses.
What about the food allowance? On time ba ho ito? O baka naman doon na, baka naman kaya kinukulang hindi natin na-disburse ng tama.
The food allowance is on time, Mr. Chair, Your Honor. We are not missing in our requirements or payments for the food allowance, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Because I was informed, Mr. Chairman, that there was supposed to be a food inspection committee. Tama po ba? Created through a circular years ago, even before your time. But apparently this is no longer functioning, resulting into the lack of nutritional content in the food intake of our PDLs. Tama po ba yan? Kaya ako tinatanong to, baka naman yung food allowance ngayon ay tama lang, pero mali lang yung ingredients, yung pinapakain, as per the nutritionist. Kasi meron dapat itong menu na hindi daw nasusunod. Tama ba yan?
There's a menu that they follow and the nutritional requirements are followed, Mr. Chair. Sometimes, during our hearing last time in the lower house, the food providers were called upon and they were explaining that sometimes if the menu is this, let's say for chicken, and then there's a lack of chicken at that time, they supplement to a fish. So there's a change of menu, but they still maintain that the nutritional requirements are followed, Mr. Chair.
Lumalabas po, Mr. Chair, General Katapang, the 1.3 billion pesos allocated for the food allowance would be sufficient as long as the nutritional intake would meet the threshold standards of the nutritionist. So ang tanong ko, by increasing the food allowance, ibig sabihin ba tama na yung nutritional value ng pagkain nila? Kasi di ba galing po tayo doon sa sahig na niluluto yung kanin. Naikot natin yan ni Senator De La Rosa.
Opo.
Yung nagtanong pa nga ako, Mr. Chairman, bakit ang aga nyo magluto? Tanghali na kayo magluto, alas 12:30 ng tanghali. Yung pala para sa gabi pa yon. Pagkain sa gabi, nakita natin yan. Nakita natin, kaya maraming kooperatiba, nagbebenta ng patis, toyo, at yung mga Lucky Me, kung ano-ano, dahil kulang. So pag dinagdagan po yun, tataas ba yung, magiging mas maganda yung resistensya nila, immune system, among others?
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, ang reklamo po ng mga food providers nagtaas po lahat ng bilihin, kaya that will just augment yung pagmamahal ng mga bilihin so that they can still maintain the quality of food that they are providing, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
But I direct your attention, Mr. Chairman, General Katapang, there's a finding by the Commission on Audit that private caterers, and I quote, made changes to the menu without the NBP superintendent's approval. So binabago-bago nila kung ano yung gusto nilang iluto, di ba? So kapag gano'n na nangyari, hindi na consistent sa nutritional requirements ng nutritionist ninyo. Mangangayayat nga yung mga preso, madaling magkasakit.
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, tama po yung observation ng COA. That's why we want them to explain. Pinapa-explain po namin sila. And then that can also be a basis that come next year na magiging food provider sila, they can be disqualified kasi nga they are violating the regulations that are specified in the contract, Mr.
So
Chair.
kayo po dapat, sir, yung mag-approve noong pagkain, hindi dapat sila.
Dapat po, Mr. Chair, kami ang mag-approve ng pagkain.
So what would be the ideal food allowance if it is not 70 pesos?
Ang pre-propose po namin sa budget is 100. But nasabi na po sa amin dun during the hearing na pag tinaas po yung budget namin, madadamay na po lahat ng mga nakapreso, pati BJMP, and that will be a lot of money that the government cannot provide kasi pati BJMP po, more or less
Magkano po ngayon sa BJMP?
70 pesos rin po
So,
ang BJMP, pero mas marami po sila, 120 o 130,000 po sila na nakakulong sa BJMP.
So the recommendation coming from the other chamber is that it should just be maintained at the 70 pesos level.
Ang recommendation po yun ng DBM, hindi po na-approve yung aming recommendation na gawin na po ng DBM yung budget namin na 100. Mr. Chair, your chair.
Siguro po,
Sir.
nagkakaisa rin kami ni Senator De La Rosa kasi galing din siya doon na itaas yung food allowance. Pero yung lumalabas po dito, mababa yung disbursement rate ninyo. And apparently, merong pagkukulang din na napapalit-palitan ng mga caterer yung pagkain at their whims and caprices. Siguro kung gusto nilang ito lang ang iluto, yun lang ang, siguro isa sa mga internal administrative action that you can do is to reconstitute this food committee or food, ano bang tawag doon, sir? FIC?
Opo, Mr. Chair, re-reconstitute ko, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.